All right. Welcome to Manga Talk.
Hello?
All right. Welcome to Manga Talk, the manga podcast where we read manga one volume at a time. I'm Kyle the Otaku Husband.
I'm Matt.
All right. And this week we're reading Blazer Drive Volume 1. And we'll get a little bit of information on Blazer Drive. Blazer Drive came out on April 2008 and ended in December 2011. It was in Shonen Rival magazine, published by Kodansha by Seishi Kishimoto. So, and for those of you who don't know who Seishi Kishimoto is, he's very famous for grade 666 Satan. And he's also the twin brother of the creator of Naruto, Musashi Kishimoto. And so we're going to talk about Volume 1. Our thoughts are just our whole general idea, and we're going to give story beats bit by bit, so you guys can actually you read along with us in a sense. So
I highly recommend it.
Yeah,
Blazer Drive is a good series.
It is good. But first off, we gotta start at its humble beginnings, though. We gotta start at Tribal.
At Tribal?
Tribal, the original one shot. Where I have to say, with the original one shot, I think the original one shot is really good. And I actually, to be honest, I actually enjoyed the original one shot more than the actual series. You know? Because
Sorry, what?
I enjoyed the original one shot more than the actual series.
Completely agree with that.
We originally read it when we read this manga when we were in high school, both of us.
Yep.
And I have to say, the original one shot that was in Bon Bon magazine, that was really good, and that was before, I guess it was during the collaboration process with Seishi Kishimoto and Seishi Kishimoto and Sega. You know what I mean? Because this is both this manga series is a collaboration. And yeah, I thought the two main characters in the one shot were better written than it's Taito is the character of the one shot, is the main character of the one shot, and Kuroki is also part of the one shot, and I think they're better written in the one shot than Kuroki is in the actual series from what we saw.
Yeah, I think because in the original or in the actual Blazer Drive series, Kuroki is more of he's still a main character, but he's like a side supporting character, whereas
he's more the wise at first, kind of like the mentor, I guess.
Figure. Yeah, he's the one that brings the main character into the whole situation, explains to him what the deal is, starts getting things going. But in the one shot, he is the main the main character doing everything that I guess the story was supposed to revolve around. And he still has his same sticker. He still has his same powers and everything, but he's just a lot more just badass.
yeah. In the one shot, he's just a tad bit more goofy in the actual series.
Yeah,
because his whole thing with the dog
Yeah, like he's
he's afraid of dogs.
Like deathly afraid of dogs. Like it's just like a dog brushes his leg and he just like passes out. Like he just can't handle it.
He basically turns to Buddy.
Yeah, like maybe in like if the one shot like kept going, maybe that would have been something that like the author brought in later on. But at least like the first chapter that he put out didn't have anything to do with that. And honestly, I think that was the better choice, because it's a really stupid vice for a character to have. Honestly,
exactly. Like it's sort of a one, but but other than that, he's still pretty badass. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like I mean, in the one shot, like he is what is it? He's known as like Necro or something like the Necro Skull or
that. No, that's Taito. Taito was posing as
he was posing as him, but like wasn't it like that's what
Kuroki.
What's his name? Yeah, that's what Kuroki is like supposed to. That's him. That's when everybody like says that name, like Necro Skull or Necro, whatever, Necromancer or whatever it is.
Yeah, it was like Necromancer.
They're referring to him about it.
Yeah, I remember that, and
I mean, like in the in the actual series, it still does that, where like every like at least when he uses his power and brings out the giant black sword, like as soon as everybody sees that, it's like, oh my god, that sword, you must be that guy. Like he still has like a legend about him.
Yeah, he has a reputation.
Yeah,
but that comes up more later, that when they find out that he's a guardian, you know what I mean.
Yeah.
But I do think with the one shot, like, I like the main character in the one shot, even though Kuroki's technically the main character. Like, there's more of a more main character called Taito.
Yeah.
And I think he's actually a better main character than the actual main character we got.
Yeah, he's
like
much more likable.
Yeah.
Like he has more of a character.
Yeah.
Like in the actual in the like, original the main character oh god, what's his name?
Daichi,
yeah, good old Daichi. He's just like he's very I don't know what's the word. Yeah, pompous, conceited. Like he has this whole like image about himself, about trying to look cool all the time. Whereas in the original, in the one shot,
Taito.
Taito is like he has like a sick sister or something,
and they're basically living in a tent in Tokyo.
Yeah, they're living in a tent, living off of like instant noodles and stuff.
Ramen.
He gets money by going around. Yeah, he
basically
by robbing people.
Yeah, it's like there's actually more of a dynamic, and instead of boom, magically parents die one day.
Yeah, whereas Daichi's whole thing is, he doesn't even know what his whole thing is. Like his parents died one day, his older brother. It's kind of like it makes you it's written to make you think that the older brother like resents Daichi, but it turns out he's actually trying to protect him, and for whatever reason he's trying to protect him by being a dick to him constantly. So it's like I don't know, it doesn't really work out as well. But
I guess I can see why Ginga would protect Daichi, because like he doesn't want him to be involved in this world, but it's gonna happen regardless.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's different ways to go about it, and it's like, and if you don't want him to like, like know about the world or anything like that, like that's one thing. But it's like he doesn't tell him anything. Like he just like he's constantly looking down on him, and like whenever Daichi like tries to ask for what's his problem, he just shrugs it off and walks away. Like he doesn't like. There's no communication at all, and it's like the whole thing where he had the what was it, the one is the love interest girl gives
Misora.
Daichi, Misora gives Daichi this like this sticker that's like I guess like a tracking device or something.
It's supposed to be a track. Yeah. All right, now we're going down to the actual series. I think overall the one shot is better than the actual volume one.
Yes, I do agree with that. Like,
Tribal good.
Yeah, Tribal's very good. It's what is it? They call them they called them
They call them
Tribal.
tribals. Yeah, that actually makes
instead
more
of
sense.
like in the original or in the actual series, they
Call
call
them
them
blazers.
Blazers, and
Which equally,
honestly, I think
they're equally kind of cool, but I will admit, like, tribal sounds much better than blazers. Blazers kind of
I have the
it has a little bit. It has a little bit of a cringe factor to blazers.
Yeah, like not like I'm not gonna like disagree with that entirely. I do think Tribal is better than Blazers, but at the same time, I think both of them are pretty stupid names for what they're supposed to be. So yeah, but yeah. So like the one shot, good. It's
one shot good. So far,
the
main series, meh.
Yeah, like I don't know what the thought process was for why the author decided to change it up, but if he didn't, probably give the series like I don't know 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
I think it might have been Sega.
Possibly
because this was a collaboration.
Got to give the young character more of the headline because got to attract that audience.
Yeah, and you know what's funny? In the Sega game, a character that pops up later on, Shiro, he's actually the main character. I found this out.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah, he's actually the main character in the Sega game, and Daichi's just a side character.
Oh.
And in the manga, they switched it up with Daichi being the main character, and
well, I'm guessing the manga came first, so
they came out around the same time. To make, I guess as a they were trying to make it like a multimedia franchise.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I mean,
cover all your bases.
Yeah, exactly. But where the DS game there was only one DS game. But fully voice acted with animation too, in it. See, so it technically got anime.
Okay.
In a sense, in cutscenes.
I'll agree with that, I guess.
In cutscenes, but other than that, you know what I mean.
Yeah, I do still stand by. I think this series this series in general does deserve an anime adaptation.
True. I would like to see these characters, just any of Seishi Kishimoto's work. Just to be honest.
Yeah.
Like at least this and 666 Satan. You know what I mean? Deserves an anime adaptation, especially that one. Because that's like his flagship series. Yeah. That's like the series he's known for, and that hasn't even gotten not even a drama CD.
Damn.
Yeah, like no voice acting whatsoever. You know what I mean? But anyways, now we're gonna go on to Volume 1. Mist stickers are now these stickers that are now our new energy source because of global warming. And now people are trying to find, street kids trying to find
gotta collect them all.
Gotta collect these stickers. Gotta find these rare Mist stickers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's like imagine like if the world was run by Pokemon stickers. Like
it
gotta
does
get the rarest, strongest ones.
It does kind of follow the toy or card game thing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, I guess it's a little bit more in depth because not only are they it's not just a collectible thing that you just go out and get. They're also used for things
there's an actual use.
In the first chapter, you see them boil water in a tea kettle by using a fire sticker.
Yeah,
you put the fire sticker on the bottom of it. It's basically you put the sticker on something, and then you're supposed to trace over it, and then it with your finger, and then it activates. And
you're supposed to either do a straight line or trace over the image, and just
Yeah, like there's like a black line that's like on it, and like you either like trace like the outside or you like trace around the line or whatever. But yeah, so it's like the fire one boils water. You see like the main character Daichi has this like electric skateboard thing
That he
and,
puts like
he
puts like two lightning electric
yeah.
stickers.
Yeah, it uses like an electricity sticker to like power them and stuff like that. So it's like it's not like so I mean like these stickers have like actual uses in the real world. They're not just like a collectible card game thing.
Yeah, it's not like a weird toy or a card game or like a weird like sport.
Yeah, it's like
that's like kind of controlling the world.
It's but I mean there is still a whole thing about like trying to get like the more rare the sticker is, the more powerful it is.
Yeah,
like,
it's mostly like just street punks really going at it. It's not like normal people.
Yeah, like starts off with like what is it? Daichi is part of Team Sky, and they're like a gang.
Team Osora, yeah.
Yeah, and they're just like all these like the every area in I'm guessing they're in Japan.
Yeah, it's Tokyo technically.
Yeah, so like every area has like I guess it's like different like sectors, and each one is controlled by a different gang, and gangs like war over territory and stuff like that. But it's like they use their stickers to beat them and fend them off and shit, and so like everyone's trying to look for like the more rare, powerful ones, so that their gang can be the strongest and they can control the city. And that entire plot pretty much goes out the window after the first chapter. But
pretty much like
that's basically the setting.
Yeah, and now it's just and then for that it's just random people random punks that they're just fighting now at this point. And towards the end of the first chapter, there's no other like people. It's just random assassins and punks at this point.
I think what is it? They come out and say like the bad people that they're trying to like track down or like fight against. They are what is it? They are like they use their stickers for evil, and they do things for like big corporations and like underhanded government schemes and all this stuff. Like they're like these like evil mercenary kind of types.
Yeah, and it's like, okay, I kind of liked it a little better when it was just street punks just dealing with shit.
Yeah, like it mean like it was like so like what I remember
like Air Gear kind of.
Yeah, like I remember reading this and being like like loving it, back in high school. Like now, like going back and rereading it for this series, it's like I realized that this series moves, at least the first chapter moves a lot more faster than I remembered.
Yeah, the pacing.
I would have liked it more if it was like the first arc was at least dealing with like your street thugs and stuff like that, and
Daichi dealing with his powers being a blazer, not just like kind of jumping in.
Oh, by the way, you're a blazer. Come with us. Let's go meet other blazers. Like it moves very quickly.
Yeah, it's the pacing. The pacing's really fast. You know what I mean? Yes. I will admit, and like even in the later chapters, because Volume 1 is only 3 chapters, plus the one shot. And
3.5 chapters, I guess is what they say, because the one shot is 3.5.
Yeah, I would say that, including the original one shot. Yeah, so it's only really like if you took out the original one shot, it's only 3 chapters long.
Yeah,
and so it's like. So it's good setup, but it's just really too fast of payoffs. Like it's not like it. I don't mind it not dragging out, but at least like I want the first arc to be as long as the first volume to be like, okay, they're just dealing with street gangs and shit, and then dealing with Daichi being just like being a blazer and stuff.
Yeah,
I think it would have more impact. You know what I mean?
This super rare kind of person that doesn't show up everywhere. Oh, by the way, there's like 100 other ones.
Yeah.
I'm actually like I'm looking at the first chapter right now again, just kind of like skimming through it, making sure we hit all of the bases. And do people know about blazers? Are blazers like a myth or something? Like I don't really.
It seems from how the first chapter does it, it seems like it. But then by like chapter 2, everybody's like a fucking blazer now.
Yeah, then it's just like, oh, by the way, like you're going to be part of the Guardians. The Guardian division is what Daichi gets like drafted into, and then it's like, oh, well, you have to go like fight, go find this Mysticker that got stolen, and then it's like, oh, hey, that got stolen by another blazer. And it's like we're fighting against this evil organization made up of other blazers, and it's just like so much for like being these rare people of legends. If they're fucking everywhere.
Yeah. They made it seem like Ginga made it seem like they were rare.
Yeah, and it's like nobody knows about them. It seems like at least like these kids, I guess, from like Team Sky, and also these like thugs that they're chasing down. Like no one really seems to know what a blazer is. But then it's like once they start popping up, it's like, oh yeah, it's a blazer. Those people.
Yeah, because like when Daichi first put when the one punk from the other gang tried to put one on Daichi's skin, it actually activated as a power.
Yeah. And,
because
we talked about this a little bit before, before recording anyway. But I was a little confused because the way blazers work is you put the sticker on the skin and then like you trace it and activate it, and then a blazer can control the power that comes out of it.
Yeah, either it becomes a weapon or an elemental power.
Yeah, based on like whatever the sticker is, whatever it does, they can like control it. They have some kind of control over it. Mm. And in the first chapter, Daichi puts a sticker on this thug's back, traces it, and then it bursts into flames, and the guy like crashes into a water fountain. And then later on, right after that, the thug comes up and puts one on Daichi's butt, and then activates it, and then it like goes off. But it goes off normally, like it just like bursts into flames, and that's it. But then later on, Daichi gets knocked down, and the thug puts an ice sticker on his arm, like on his skin.
They try to make it so he stays in the ground instead.
Yeah, like freezes him to the ground to like keep him pinned there, so he can beat him up or something, or steal his stuff. I don't know what exactly his plan was, but so then he goes and activates it, and because Daichi's a blazer, instead of freezing his arm to the ground, ice shoots out at the thug,
and he saw it too.
Yeah, well, she's coming up behind him at that time, and yeah, the giant ice wall just kind of like erupts in front of them, and so yeah, it's just like, it seems like you have to put it on skin contact for a blazer to use it. You can't like just wear it normally like on a shirt or something.
Yeah, and like yeah, because if it's on direct clothing or anything, it just affects the clothing or direct on an item. It just affects the item, really. It doesn't really affect the person unless the person's wearing the item.
Yeah.
Like anything with ice and fire and stuff like that, it would affect the person more than anything.
Yeah.
But the whole thing, like, when Ginga protects Daichi, like, when I first reread this, I thought he died.
Yeah. Yeah, it was very,
but I think it would have been actually better if Ginga kind of just died.
Yeah, it would have been very much more impactful to the moment. And then Kuro is supposed to be Ginga's best friend, and then if Ginga died there, then Kuro would have come in, and he could have been the supportive character to be like, hey man, you're plot dump, this is who you are, this is why your brother just died for you, join me and my team, and let's go fight the guys that killed your brother, and it would have just been a lot more impactful emotionally, and it would have just been it would have made more sense. But in actuality, he just kind of gets teleported away.
Instead of making a weird discount Sasuke and Itachi narrative.
And that's the other thing that we were talking about was about how it's just looking at these characters, like Daisuke is very much Sasuke.
Yeah,
Daichi design wise
almost looks exactly like Sasuke, and Ginga
take Sasuke and give him Naruto's personality. That's Daichi.
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much, give him that. Yeah, just take Sasuke's design, spike his hair. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like future Sasuke.
Yeah,
like Shippuden Sasuke. He give him like Teen Sasuke's or like original Naruto Sasuke's body with Shippuden Sasuke's hair and Naruto's personality, and boom, that's him.
Like Naruto's original personality. I mean, before.
Yeah.
And like just Ginga's just almost a copy with Itachi, but just with a beanie and hippie glasses.
Yeah, more like Naruto's about. I mean, it makes sense, with like you said, the author of Blazer Drive being the author of Naruto's twin brother. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's just like
they're influenced by even story and almost character designs too.
Yeah.
So I would
say like Blazer Drive is like not even modern, like futuristic Naruto.
In a sense, before Boruto came out.
Yeah.
Which I don't need to go into that train wreck.
Yeah, that's not what we're talking about here.
We're here on Blazer Drive territory now.
Yeah.
Right. Seishi
now here's the thing. Like so I'm guessing that, I'm assuming that there is there are these mist stickers that are made specifically for Blazers to use.
Yeah.
Because I'm now thinking about it like the fire stickers used to boil things or heat things, whatever. The electrical one used to power electric things. I'm guessing you can use the ice ones to cool things down, the opposite of fire. Blah blah blah.
And then use and melt that ice to be water and.
Yeah, stuff like that. And although that kind of seems a really roundabout way to go about making water, but I mean, I could see that being a thing. But so Kuro has a sticker that summons a giant sword. And the first evil Blazer that shows up to try and take Daichi away, he has a sticker that creates a bow and arrow.
Like basically, like a crossbow.
Yeah, I'm trying to. It's a bow and arrow. Get a pretty good shot of it, Ramir. It's pretty much it's a full length bow, but
that's right. It was.
But yeah, I'm just looking at this now, and it's like these things don't really have functions outside of Blazers, so clearly it has to be
you just have to be either a collector
for them to use.
You have to be either just a collector for fun, for shits and giggles, or be actual Blazer.
Yeah. I don't know what. I'm gonna use this sword sticker to stick a sword in the wall. Yeah, that works.
No. I'm using a sword one to have a sword display.
Yeah.
But I can't
stick it on the wall. It just puts it right up there with the hangers and everything.
Yeah, I can't physically touch it, but it looks cool.
But now here's a thing that I'm specifically looking into this because we were just talking about Blazers can't do things without putting it on their skin and whatnot. Yeah. The teleportation sticker that so the for those who are following this chapter or don't know anything about it. Yeah. So the evil guy shoots an arrow with a teleportation sticker stuck on it at Daichi to send Daichi to back to the base or whatever, and then Ginga steps in the way and gets hit by it. I'm looking at this now. The arrow does pierce into Ginga, but the teleportation sticker is on his jacket.
Yeah,
so it teleports his entire body away.
Yeah, wouldn't it just
that's out the window now.
Yeah, I was gonna say, wouldn't it just teleport his jacket?
Yeah, exactly. The first chapter, if you're not looking for this shit, or if you're somebody that just looks at this all the time, the first chapter already a bunch of inconsistencies.
Yeah, I know. There is. Which I can understand. I forget if Shonen Rival was weekly or monthly. I'm assuming it was weekly because I'm assuming it's weekly. It was a weekly manga magazine.
I can see it.
Yeah, so I can see maybe why there could be some inconsistency because you gotta draw everything. You gotta do the rough draft, draw it all out. You know what I mean? Get it approved by an editor and all that, and then redraw it again. You know what I mean? I can see why there could be some inconsistencies.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that it's not completely Seishi's fault. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm just saying, it's not like a bad thing. Like we said,
no, it really isn't. It's actually kind of
dies here. But yeah, it's just one of those things that it's like, but wait a minute, if it's not on his skin, how did it work? But it's whatever. I'd be fine if the author just comes out and says like, oh, well, it was on the arrow and the arrow went into his body, so it worked. Like, you know what? Fine, reason explained.
Yeah, exactly. That or they just did that like they find out like. Or even Kuroki's season, how it happened. Like, he could have just gave that exposition dump right there about that.
Yeah.
And that would have been fine by me too.
I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, like if like
I would have accepted that.
Yeah, I would accept that Kuroki be the one to be like, okay, this is how your or even say where your brother or Daichi's brother is. Because he seems like he knows, but he's not going to say anything.
Yeah.
And, like,
and like, now, like, I'm just, like I said, I'm going back and I'm looking through this, and looking at the part where it was, like, the girl gives Daichi the tracker sticker or whatever, and Daichi's all like excited because like, oh my god, she's never given me anything before, and she's given me this ultra rare sticker, and then goes off, and then the girl's having her own like little monologue, and she's just like, well, I just gave it to him because I tried using it and nothing happened, so I don't know what it does. But and so like Daichi gets it, he's all happy about it, and then he goes to show it to Ginga, and
I got a rare sticker.
Ginga knows exactly what it is as soon as he sees it, so he just grabs it and doesn't say anything, but just grabs it and rips it up, and that's the end of it. And then that's why Daichi storms off, because he gets all like mad about it and everything. It's like, you're such a dick. And then runs away.
But then he starts like flashbacking about but it also starts flashbacking about him, like him and Daichi, Ginga and Daichi as kids. You know what I mean? And like it briefly shows how their parents died. Like it looked like in a fire, like a weird car fire. And that's sort of their first argument, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it kind of shows like flashback, like and Daichi still blames himself for it.
Yeah.
Even though it's technically not his fault.
Yeah, I mean, like, nobody knows what that thing did. Like,
yeah, nobody knows how that car fire started.
Yeah, it was just there.
Yeah, exactly. And it's like, what is it? Then it goes back again, and then it goes back to another flashback, and then it shows Ginga honking Daichi's nose. Going,
yeah, the whole like oh well, when we were kids, he was there, and he did this big brother thing, and oh man, it was so cool. I wish I could be just as cool as him when I grow up.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, like they obviously did have a brotherly connection.
Yeah.
And then their parents died in that tragic accident, and then
and Ginga had to grow up again. That's fine.
Yeah. And then Ginga went off, and I guess became a Blazer. Learned about the Blazers and who they were and what they did, and the fact that him and his brother are ones, and then also the fact that this evil organization is trying to track him down. And oh, by the way, I'm not going to explain any of this to anybody. Like, it's just man,
it's just better if Daichi figures it out on his own.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
it's one of those things. Like, a lot of anime does it, but it's just
a lot of anime does it.
So many problems could have been avoided if you were just like, oh, by the way, there are evil killers out trying to hunt you, and I can't protect you from all of them. Like,
and then Daichi actually, it would have been actually better if Daichi's like, yeah, right, it actually happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. there'd be nothing wrong with that, because, Daichi's in his, headstrong, rebellious phase. He'd be all like, you're full of crap, you just hate me. And then it gets into all of this. But it's like, no, we're just not. We're going to wait until, I don't even know when they explain it. We're going to wait until the end of the entire series before we're like, oh, by the way, this is why this is all happening.
And where I am.
Yeah.
Which I know, we already know what happens towards the end, but, because we're not...
I vaguely remember. I can't wait to actually get to it, because
I know, me too.
I'm sure it's going to be a great conversation.
Yeah, exactly. But my actual prediction, from not memory, I just really hope it's not a whole weird Dragon Ball situation, where it's like, he didn't die, he went to another dimension, even though it's technically death.
That would be some shit.
Yeah, I mean, where all the fighters go.
You didn't die, you went to Blazer Heaven.
Yeah, exactly.
He didn't die, he became a sticker.
Oh god, that would be worse.
Yeah, let's throw some Yu-Gi-Oh nonsense into here.
Let's throw a Yu-Gi-Oh Shaman King mixture in there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's do that. With Shaman King, which would have done that actually would have done that concept better. To be honest, if that was the case.
Yeah.
Shaman King would have done that better. Which, anyways, now, within chapter 2, we find out where the base is of the Guardians.
Sort of, kind of. We find one fake base, and then we find a real one.
Yeah, one's a bowling alley and one's a gas station. One's an abandoned bowling alley and one's an abandoned gas station. So it has to be abandoned.
Yeah. They go to the bowling alley to try and do the test for
Daichi.
to prove that Daichi has a strong heart, and girl character. I'm just gonna keep calling her that.
You're just gonna call her woman.
Yeah, because it's just that is literally, as far as I know, in these first 3 chapters, that is her role in this. She is just girl.
Yeah, she's just girl. But you know what's funny? She was actually the team of Ulsora.
Yeah, she was the leader of Team Sky, and it's just and then Daichi was the errand boy that
he was the jack of all trades, or errand boy, or gopher.
Yeah, he was the.
And he thought he was the leader.
I'm a nobody, but I think I'm the best.
Yeah,
I'm the best nobody that ever existed.
It's funny. He thought he was the leader, so it was like, what the hell?
Yeah, and but then so anyway, yeah, she ends up following after him like she's not supposed to, and then through that, Daichi shows his strong resolve in trying to protect her from anything hurting her, and all the other side characters who are all Blazers, by the way. Go figure.
Yeah, exactly. It's just everybody's a Blazer now.
They all start teasing him about how much he loves her, and then they're all like, "Oh no, you guys, that's not what happened at all." But it's obviously what happened.
It's obviously that he actually cares or loves her.
It's the whole we're gonna have this dramatic romantic moment. Oh, well, that's not what that was.
That might or might not pay off.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sure that's not going to show back up in a flashback anytime soon.
Yeah, exactly. And then Daichi, he actually uses his power for good. That's all they wanted to test him with. That he could actually use his power for good instead of for himself.
Yeah.
Because then Daichi has to do a complete character switch. Do his character a 180. Yeah,
I mean, there is kind of a whole we've been talking about how Daichi's just this
pompous
Naruto character, but there is this whole thing about in the first chapter how he used the ice wall thing happens, which is completely not his fault because he had no control over it.
That's
but
true.
Through it happening, Misora got injured from it, and honestly, it didn't look like she got that hurt. But after it happened and everything, she's just covered in bandages. So what do I know? Maybe she almost died. But so she's So she has all these different like cuts on her, or like she was injured by it, and so Daichi like blames himself for that, and then like the whole like with him leaving Team Sky to go with Kuro to go become a guardian or whatever, like he's like he keeps trying to like apologize to her.
Be sorry.
About,
he does. He actually does. After Ginga pointed it out, I mean, he does actually feel bad about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and like he tries to have this whole like I don't want to see you get hurt, so I'm gonna
like
leave
a redemption
without telling
arc,
anybody.
He has like a mini redemption arc in a sense.
Yeah, and then like, but like he can't bring himself to say anything about it at first, and then when he finally starts leaving, then he's like, "Hey, I'm sorry you got hurt. I'm gonna leave now." And it's just like it's you know, it's like the character has to have a dramatic like I'm gonna leave and not tell anybody because I'm cool. But,
yeah, exactly. I see how that is. I see that too, and it's like, yeah,
yeah. Just
but like
he does finally, you know, because she doesn't accept that. She's like, no, you can't just leave. Tell me what's going on, and that's when he's finally like, I'm sorry you got hurt. I'm gonna leave now.
Yeah,
and then
exactly.
Get sucked into the whole thing, but yeah, it's like he's not like. So the main point of that rant, like Daichi is very like he's
pompous, but he has somewhat of a good heart. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like he's obsessed with this whole image of being cool and everything, but he's still like. He still knows when he's fucked up, when he's done something bad.
Yeah, he knows that he's a good person underneath. It's not, as much as we rag on him so much for being pompous, but like I think his character will iron out as the series goes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I and from what I remember reading it for all that long time ago, I mean it does. From what I remember.
He's I'm sure there's going to be a lot of cringy moments throughout the rest of this series, but at the same time, you know, he still has his character development. He gets better eventually.
Yeah, exactly. But like, and then when we go to the second base, we meet the leader of the Guardians.
Oh, for the love of Jesus!
We meet like okay, we walk downstairs, which actually is a cool little trap door with a drink machine. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
pop in some coins, open up a door. Like so, the whole thing with the bowling alley, like they tried to like Kuro tells Daichi that you got to get a strike, you got to use the 13 ball, and you got to get a strike with it, and the secret door opens up, and
just a bunch of people bum rush him.
Yeah, well, yeah, but it's like Kuro does it and keeps getting gutter ball after gutter ball, and then Daichi's like, "Here, I'll do it," and then he does it on the first try, and then the secret door doesn't open up; it's actually just a door off to the side.
Yeah, so, and then they had to actually run the hurry.
Yeah, but then like so like that thing like I think it would have been great if that was just it, where it was just like, oh hey, yeah, check the secret door out. Oh nah, man, this was just nothing. Like the door's actually over here, and then they go to the gas station, and there actually is a secret door behind the vending machine, and it's like, well,
yeah, it somewhat ends up that way. It's still cool. It somewhat ends up that way, but it's not the bowling alley leading to the gas station.
Yeah, it would have been funnier if they were just like, oh no, it's just a door right over here. Like,
yeah, exactly. But then we walk down these stairs, and we see all this dominatrix gear around.
I completely forgot about this.
Yeah, it looked like a sex dungeon.
Yeah.
And
where the hell did they just go?
Yeah, and then you're thinking. And a lot of times when you see a character like this, you're going to think one of two things in this setting. You're going to think it's going to be a big sweaty fat guy that's big, that's probably going to be one big gay joke.
Yeah.
Or it's going to be a sexy dominatrix woman. And there you go. And it's the latter. And it's the latter, you know what I mean? But yeah, it's like, but then it's just like, it's kind of just random though. You know what I mean?
So here's the thing. Like, this is a manga. It's not in color. Like, no. I'm sure there are some chapters that are in color.
Yeah, they're
How does that work?
was.
Like if they're like on the cover of the magazine or something,
Yeah,
or
of
something
course.
like that. Either way, so manga's generally in black and white.
Right.
They walk into this.
Very rare you find a manga in full color,
Yeah.
or actually when you get the actual tankobon, it actually has the color pages. It's just reprinted in black and white or monochrome.
Yeah. So they walk into this dominatrix room. There's a tub. There's a couch and there's a tub directly in front of it.
And there's one of those there's also one of those horse thingies too, and it's like
yeah. But like looking at the tub, and also like the tub has all these like weird like clamps and stirrups on it, and just weird stuff. But
and there's fuzzy handcuffs somewhere.
Yeah, but like so you see the captain rise out of this pool like first of all this bathtub is not very big, but she just they're like, oh well, I wonder where the captain is, like what's going on here,
and she literally just jumps out of the tub
she just freaking rises right out of it, and it's just like, well, I mean, all right, that's one thing, but she's in the full dominatrix gear. But I'm just looking at this scene where she first comes out, and she comes out of the water, she's sitting on the edge of the bathtub, and the water is just just black, and I'm just wondering, is it water or is it blood?
Yeah, and that part of the chat wasn't in color either, so it was or is it just a reflection of her clothing? You know what I mean?
That could be it.
It could be that too, or the reflection of the room and stuff.
It could be. I'm just saying, this, I would not put it past this chick to rise out of a pool of blood, but
yeah, and then she handcuffs Misora to a chair.
Well, herself. She handcuffs her to herself because Misora wants to run away, and she's like, "No, we can't have that."
But no, towards the end of the chapter, she handcuffs Misora to a chair, with her hands up.
Whoa, hang on a sec. I'm looking at this now. The couch in the room, the arm of the couch is a woman's leg wearing fishnet stockings, They spared no detail in this room.
Yeah, nope. Well, the old adage, sex sells. I mean,
yeah, very true.
And this is for shonen manga and stuff like that. This is not uncommon. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
There's even shonen manga going back from the '60s. You know what I mean? From the '60s, doing shit like this. But that's going to guys Hanin Chigakuen. For example, that was in Weekly Shonen Jump, and that's considered tame by today's standards, in a sense. But this is pretty for even today's standards, this is tame compared to some shit that appears to even today.
Yeah, I can agree with that.
You know what I mean? It was probably a little shocking back then. Back in 2008.
It's still shocking now. It is when you don't expect it.
Yeah, that's true. You don't expect it. It's hilarious.
Props to the author. It's one of those things where it's just oh man, what's the captain? Oh god, the captain.
Yeah, because it's gonna go one of the two ways.
Yeah,
and I was kind of glad they went to the latter. Yeah, I mean, because it would still been funny if it was just a walking, talking gay joke, but
yeah.
But I guess it'd be a little more. It would be probably taken a little more seriously if it was the dominatrix was a woman. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Too. You know what I mean? But
excuse me.
But that's all right. But then now we're gonna go. They're gonna go after this one guy who has a mysticker. This links up to chapter 3 as well.
Yeah, it's kind of bleed. This is the end of chapter 2, into chapter 3. I do think it's kind of I mean, basically, what the captain like explains the whole thing about like Mysticers or Blazers using Mysticers, about how it's like, it's controlled by like their will or like their emotions, and it's like if you have like a strong heart, then you can control the Mysticker, and like nobody else can peel the sticker off of you.
Yeah, but if the sticker does peel off, that sticker's your power of being a Blazer is gone.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I don't think it says that, but
it kind of says that. You don't have.
It says like if you're evil, like if you have like a dark heart or whatever, the power of the sticker takes over you, and then you become shocked by it, and then the sticker just peels right off your body.
That's right, and then you lose your ability to be a Blazer.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's true. Never mind. I was thinking of Law of Wacky logic there for a sec.
Gotta stop reading all this other shit, man.
I know, but but it kind of reminded me of that a little bit.
Yeah, I mean it's similar. Very similar.
It's very similar to that, and but like you do lose your power if you turn to the dark side in a sense.
Yeah,
and and then we're gonna find this guy who has a mystic that can turn into like javelins and stuff, like spike balls and stuff, electric spike balls and stuff. That's actually pretty cool.
He's like a big baseball guy, and like baseball's like I know like baseball's like really big in Japan.
Oh, it is. It is.
I mean,
it's like the
freaking hell, man. Like it's everywhere.
It's a national sport. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hell, it's more loved in Japan than it is in its home in the homegrown USA. You know what I mean?
So, do you read? I think you've already said this before, but do you read these in Japanese or in English?
I read them in both languages.
Okay, I only read these in English, and I gotta say, I don't know if it was a translation error or if it was just like another kind of like inconsistencies thing or what, or if it's just like misinformation because they never actually saw the person. But when they're talking about this guy that he stole a rare Mysticker and is going to go give it to an evil person, and they have to stop them, and that's Daichi's first mission.
Yeah.
And so they're going to go deal with it, and the way the captain describes this guy is like, like the way to find him, he's wearing a baseball cap, he has a tattoo on his eye, and weird growth on his right arm. And then when you see this guy, he doesn't have a weird growth on his right arm. His right arm is just incredibly muscular compared to his other arm. And so I was just wondering, was that a mistranslation, or
it's probably just a mistranslation because his one arm is really muscly. Because he's I guess he's technically like a baseball player. That's his throwing arm.
Yeah, like that whole thing, like there's a baseball game going on, he's listening to it, and he made a bet on the team or whatever.
Like he's just an avid baseball fan, and just like
and his whole thing is like his whole thing is being a pitcher, because like he uses his sticker to like get like spike balls, and then he just like throws them and they explode or something.
But it's technically, I guess its element is electric too.
Are they electric?
Yeah, from what I remember, its element was electric or something. It looked.
I'm just looking at it now. They find the guy. They try to catch him, but then they get away, or he gets away, and then Kuro tries to chase after him, and then the dog touches him, and he falls over because that fucking plot. And then
I wonder how
Daichi ends
long
up catching up to him. They're like standing on top of a train. Just don't do that. But they're standing on a moving train, and he just like summons like the spike ball, and Daichi can't use his electric attack because they're riding a metal train. And it's like if he tries using it, then the train's going to conduct it, and they'll shock all the passengers
plus themselves.
So So it's like a big like, oh man, what am I going to do here? How am I going to get myself out of this situation?
And then he uses an ice sticker, and then
Yeah, he's very innovative, I gotta say.
Yeah.
Because like all Daichi has, like he has like not a deck box, like a sticker box, I guess. And
Yeah.
it has like he has is 2 ice stickers. So he attaches them onto the bottom of his feet, and they or the bottom of his shoes.
Yeah.
They coat his soles in ice, the soles of his shoes in ice, and he like skates across the
on the top of the train.
Yeah, and that's cool. Like I gotta say, like that's very very smart thinking. Still very dangerous. Don't do that.
Yeah, but, exactly. And don't imitate this, kids.
Yeah, this is anime, kids. Don't try this at home.
Yeah, kids at home.
Yeah,
don't imitate this.
Yeah, I don't think the iron balls are electric. They just explode.
Yeah,
which again is just kind of weird because it's like, how does Daichi live through this? But
well, it's main character logic.
Well, yeah, I'm just saying, it's like when he first sees it, he rears back with his big arm, and then he like throws like three iron balls right at Daichi, and they just nail him, and they explode, and he gets like thrown back like to the back of the train and everything, and it's just like that would have killed a person, straight up would have killed a person.
Yeah, but, exactly.
Daichi can't die like that.
No, it's. And then we see the other main character of Blazer Drive, the actual main character. At the end of that, was Shiro. That's his name.
Do they say him?
But no, like he just kind of pops up at the end.
Yeah. I'm just.
But that's his name in the game. That's his name in the game.
Okay.
Yeah, that's his name. His name is Shiro.
He is antagonist at like straight up like.
Yeah, but the messed up part is he's the main character of the video game, and Daichi is the side character, and so they reverse the roles.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
I mean, interesting. Like, is he a good guy in the game?
Yeah, he's a good guy in the game. From what I've heard, he's a good guy. From what I've seen and heard, he's a good guy, and you play as Shiro. Okay. And it's kind of from what I've seen, it's kind of a 180 characterization. Like now he's more like the rival.
Yeah.
He's kind of the Gary Oak. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's got the I wonder what stickers he has.
I don't remember, but if I tell I think it would be a spoiler if I tell anybody, but that pretty much brings an end to Volume 1.
Yep.
And
he's basically Daichi gets the sticker back. It takes a picture because it was such a cool moment. You got to save that forever.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and it's kind of weird. It's like one of the few instances, like one of the first instances, not one of the first, but one of the few times you'd see smartphones in manga, in a sense.
Yeah.
Because, like...
Well, I don't know I guess it would be still like a smart... It's still a flip phone. Like, I know, like, apparently, like, Japan's got a thing with flip phones.
Yeah, no, not every... Like, even... Where I'm currently living in Jakarta, like, not everybody has a smartphone. A lot of people do, but, like, you still see the flip phones every once in a while here and stuff.
Okay.
So, and even Japan, too, you see flip phones, people with flip phones sometimes, too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's not that uncommon, but it's, like, it's closer to smartphone tech, from what I've seen.
Okay.
Yeah. And, yeah, that pretty much brings a close to Volume 1. And we got, like, 8 more volumes. But the funny thing is about Blazer Drive, the manga, it's only 9 volumes and 34 chapters. Like, something chapters. So it's not going to be a long read.
Nope.
No, it's actually...
I remembered it being longer. I guess that goes along with the whole thing, like with the pacing being a little bit more fast in the beginning than I remember.
Yeah.
But I just like when I saw that it's only 34 chapters. It's like that seems very short. I could have sworn it was at least in like the 80s, but
no,
it's not.
It well, because each volume is like 3 to 4 chapters long.
Yeah.
So it's like, and well, each page, like, but the chapters are kind of longish, you know what I mean? But the pacing of it is so fast you don't even realize it.
Yeah.
It's that pacing that doesn't make it feel long. But like, you know, here's the thing about Blazer Drive. The manga.
What do I think?
Well, here's the thing about Blazer Drive. The manga is not licensed.
Oh.
Yeah, the manga is not licensed. So, I would normally say support the official release, but there's not really one. And even in Japan, there's no digital. There's only like Volume 1 digital release.
Okay.
Only the first volume has a digital release. That's it. Yeah, I mean,
interesting. Yeah.
So like on the site I go to get digitals, which is Bookwalker JP, which not a sponsor, but it's a good place though. You can get both manga in English and in Japanese digitally there.
Okay.
And so that's a really cool place. But yeah, so like try to, I guess, if you're gonna buy Blazer Drive, buy the Volume 1 and then do what you can with the other 8. Either find them through your own means, because that's the way I had to do it for the Japanese version myself. Like I got Volume 1, and then I had to find the rest through my own means in Japanese. Which
finding it in English is a lot more easier.
Finding it in English is not easier, but is easier, but you know what I mean.
If you're someone like me, that doesn't totally engross yourself.
Yeah, exactly. So I mean, and like me, I try to support the manga industry as much as possible by buying it in Japanese. But
the noble cause.
Yeah, exactly. The noble cause.
Keep manga alive.
Yeah, exactly. That's just how we gotta do things. But so overall thoughts of Volume 1 so far.
Like I said, like being more aware of things going on. Like I don't know, maybe I'm just older or something, but being more aware of like of like details. More inconsistencies than I remember, but overall, like not bad. I would still I'm still looking forward to continuing this series and seeing rediscovering it really.
Yeah, it's also a rediscover for me too. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
because like I didn't think anybody else read Blazer Drive. You and me have been friends a long time. I didn't even know you read it.
I remember bringing it up once. I don't even remember you saying that you knew about it. So, yeah, it's weird.
Like I knew about this and another manga that was in the same magazine called Buster Keel, which is actually a pretty good one.
Maybe we'll save that for another one.
Yeah, we'll save that for another time, because Buster Keel is actually a pretty good manga as well.
All in all, like I said, like still looking forward to seeing where this goes. Daichi is kind of a shit, but
a little bit of a shit.
Yeah, there are worse main characters.
There is plenty of worse main characters than Daichi ever is.
Yeah, if Kuro was the main character, still would have been 10 times better.
Or they just brought Taito.
Or Taito, yeah.
Yeah, just make Taito the main character. That would have been better.
Taito's not even a blazer, is he? It was an illusion, right? Like put the sticker on his body, but he had a lighter, and like he uses a fire sticker.
Yeah, he tried it. He actually tried it once and it didn't work out so well, and then and then he had to fake it until he made it in a sense.
Yeah, and but yeah, like that would have been like more interesting, I believe. Oh, I know. We talked about this a little before last week, but with Kuro, it would have been cool. Like, so, like when Kuro uses his sword or uses his like sticker, he summons like a giant black sword. I think it's called Necromancer.
Yeah.
And it's like just Kuro's design, especially like with the giant like black sword with like the skull and like just like his whole getup and everything.
Yeah, he doesn't really have much of a face, but it's still expressive. Yeah, I mean,
he is very Alan Walker from D. Gray Man.
He is somewhat like Alan a bit.
Like there's like personality wise not really, but like design wise, like there are some like you see like in the front or in the back of like the manga and everything like that, there are some pages that are in color, and Kuro's colored form is like he has Alan's hair, like he dresses in all black, like he's just his whole design is just like take Alan Walker and put a hat on him. Like
put a hat on him, cover his eyes. I mean, like, and make him a bit taller. But because I haven't read D. Gray. It's been a while since I read D. Gray Man, so I don't know. Yeah, I know he goes taller, but
yeah.
But
overall, like I said, this manga is definitely worth a read, at least worth a look.
Yeah, it is worth a read. You know what I mean? And for the people who think Seishi Kishimoto is a plagiarizer, he's not. It's just they are twin brothers, and they are influenced by the same things like manga like Kinnikuman and Dragon Ball and such, and like some of the mainstays in Jump at the time when they were growing up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, like if he was plagiarizing, like if this was like a total ripoff or something like that, like I'm pretty sure his brother would have come out and said something by now.
Yeah, so, because back in the day when Satan 666 Satan was coming out, there was major plagiar allegations between fans of both authors. You know what I mean? And both of them had to come out and say like, no, we're not plagiarizing each other. Even like, well, Musashi, who's the more famous of the two brothers, you know what I mean? Be honest.
Yeah.
But I will give Seishi this. He has a bigger body of work.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has a bigger body of work and varied bodies of work, too. And various genres and stuff like that, and themes. Which, like, nothing to knock Seishi Kishimoto, not Seishi Musashi, it's just, you know what I mean? A lot of his themes are kind of the same.
Yeah.
In a sense. So, I mean, all in all, I think Volume 1 was a good start to the series, but I'm hoping to see how the series irons out. I don't know if it was just if Volume 9 was the end or it was canceled.
I'm pretty sure it ends. I don't remember any cliffhanger or anything like that, unless it was like, it got canceled, or he knew it was going to be canceled, so he just like ended
had to
it.
rush an ending.
But yeah, I do remember there being an ending, so I don't think it got canceled. But I'm just thinking here, like, what's going to be coming up in the next few chapters.
The next like 4.
There are a couple things that I am looking forward to talking about, because there's one thing in particular. I'm not going to spoil it until we get to it, but there's one thing in particular that I am waiting for, and if I remember correctly, it is kind of ridiculous, and I don't think it has an explanation. So I look forward to that.
Yeah, that's true. I'm looking forward to that too. But well, all right, that's it for Volume 1 of Blazer Drive. Come back next week. We'll be reading my pick, which will be Volume 1 of Tegami Bachi, aka Letter B. Because how we're gonna format this, how we're gonna format this series is, since Blazer Drive was Matt's pick, my pick will be Letter B, and then we're gonna do a third manga. So it's very manga series, because let's be honest, we all read, a lot of us read one to 10 series at a time. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you don't want to get down.
Yeah, so we want to at least put 3 out there so people so there's something for everybody to read, and we're gonna put like a punishment wheel and see. We're gonna put some good ones, some bad ones, some meh ones. You know what I mean? In there, and whatever the wheel picks.
That is the one we have to do.
That's the one we have
to that.
That's the one we have to do, regardless, and we have to do it to completion.
I'll do it.
Yeah.
I will. If we get a shit manga, I will. I guess I'll point out I don't normally read manga. I'm not a very big manga reader. I have read several. Admittedly, nowhere near as much as Kyle has.
Yeah.
But I mainly watch anime. I've never
You're more of an anime watcher. You'd rather wait for the anime to come out, but you're more willing to read manga too.
It's nothing against manga or anything. I just like seeing things in motion. It's just I'm currently going into the field of animation. I'm studying it. I'm learning it, and so it's something that I'm interested in. But but anyway, so not being a big fan of manga, I look forward to going into this, reading more, and
discovering more new ones too.
Yeah, giving my thoughts on things, finding good shit, laughing at bad shit. It's all gonna be a good ride for me.
It's gonna be a fun time.
Yeah,
regardless.
And I'm sorry for those of you out there that if we read a manga that you're they're reading this, that's going to be great. And I'm telling you right now, if I shit on it, it's your opinion is wrong. That's just what it is.
Yeah, it's our opinion. That's how we're going to take it. You know what I mean? Yeah. If it's good, if it's not, yeah, I mean,